Okie dokie, so we're going to keep going with a tune from the north of Ireland. Hey, anybody here representing from the north? Yeah! You might know this one. This one's called The Star of the County Down.
You can sing with us, you know it. In Banbridge Down, in a county down, one morning lights your eyes. Every morning a sleep away that you saw that she passed me by. She was so sweet and the two bare feet to the sheen of the down her head. Just closing out to the surface sun to make sure there was nothing there. On Monday May, the very day, on top of the down. Don't think I say like a dream for me that I kept in the county down. Come country May, the very day, don't come. Don't think I see
Thank you very much. The last Paddy's. Now, as we all know, the president of the GAA Charlotte Boards recently had the great honour of presenting the Sample Cups to his fellow county manager Armagh. So Jarlath is with us today, and I'm taking that as a very good omen for all the Irish players here in attendance, that there's a fellow Irishman with him, so that Armagh effect might rub off. I'd like to call now Uachtarán Cumulluchta Scale, Charlotte Boards to the stage.
Céadúil sí spáilm san na bhuíchas ago leis an ciste Harachtail an Himach Seo, Bhear an Curú Hachtan Seo aniu. Is ócaid ítach é seo, agus tréasí an lucht agrithe an Comórtais, Marial ar an agrithe in Colleisteachán, agus an físe bhí acu an Comórtais seo is scilt ar hiúil ón Comórtas eile. Go maidin seo tréasí leis na thomóirí ar fad, tá go acu páirt sa Comórtas ar na seachtain is hagin ní géad agah san omlan agus tá sé Jackar creidfecht bhfuil an iritin daoine sásta Hachtan seo agus bheith páirteach ag Comórtas dónda agus is sé gimmert líhreid se lava. Agus ná ára an háart ar an slúa seo feich an daoine idir óg agus éasta tiismóirí sean tiismóirí agus amóirí agus lucht agrithe an Comórtas agus go fíor a brachan sé sibh go léir heach le céile le thucaid iontaach an seo mar seo Harachtail. I just want to start off by thanking Paul for the introduction and for reminding us that Armagh did win the All-Ireland a couple of weeks ago. Just to say that I have been asked hundreds of times these simple two questions. Do you believe it happened? And are you still celebrating? And the answer to the first question is no. And the answer to the second question is yes, and we will be for quite some time. And when I look up here, I see a past pupil of my own, Mairead Reevy, and her husband James. And I'm very proud to say that Féachra O'Doul is somebody we're very proud of in our own school in St. Paul's. Escada Bore himself and his sister Kalisa. And handball is the one sport, although I played Gaelic football all my life, handball is the one sport that I played every single day virtually in my life. As a student in school, and then as a teacher, and then as a principal, going out at lunchtime duty, making the duty seem a little bit shorter by playing handball with the pupils, and many a time I came home with ripped trousers and suit as a result of playing. But the good news was that I usually won on those occasions, because you have to give it your full commitment. So to the competitors, this is a first. This is an incredible experience for all of us in the GAA, because it's the first time that we have split the ball from the rest of the competition. And already you can see the amount of success it's been with the 900 competitors are funded known from all across the world. And when you consider that since handball has been taken in under games development with Shane and the rest of the staff, and under Dave's leadership and Colin, the Uachtarán of Líor Jalawa, I have to say it's really flourished, and there was 12,000 children this year alone, this summer alone, as part of the pool camps, were involved in developing their handball skills. And it is in a team competitions, because I know that football and hurling and camogie are very much team sports with a completely different dynamic. Preparing yourself for a game which is largely singular is a completely different event altogether. And I'm reminded of the words of, I think it was Roger Federer, one of the greatest tennis players ever, who was saying that when you're playing a sport like this, the entire responsibility for the event and for your performance is down to you, not down to your star player or the David Clifford or the somebody else. It's down to you. You have to be in charge of everything that happens on that court. And he said that I think if there's 5 scores in every tennis game, he says my percentage victory in each of those games was 54%, which meant that on 46 occasions I was losing a point. And the message for him was, I cannot allow myself to become too depressed by a point that I lost, and similarly I can't allow myself to become too elated by a point that I won. My temperament has to remain the same throughout the competition and throughout the game if I'm going to be the winner that I know I can be. And that's Roger Federer, one of the greatest individual sportsmen we've ever had. And I suppose that's the lesson for all of us whenever you're playing a game like this, where the vast majority of you will be playing singles on a court that is between you and the wall and the competitor and that you're playing against. And it is a completely different focus, a different psychological makeup to that which you would have when you're going out with a team and you have a team talk in the changing room and you have a bit of heat in the changing room and you have the pride of the parish behind you and you're mixing participation with locality and you go out there and when you win you come back to your own area. I know that in our own school, despite the fact that we are very proud of Fécra, I know I will mention Fécra quite a bit because he is our star and we're very proud of him, that whenever Fécra would win or Calisa would win, that there would be that singular thing that while they won themselves, that there isn't a team around them to share that victory. And that's one, I suppose, of the special things about handball as well. I was in the Olympics last week, or the week before last, and I could see the sense of elation that individual sports people get whenever they win that gold medal. And one of the reasons we were over at the Olympics was to start negotiations for the possibility that we could get some of our Gaelic games in the Olympics. And one of the events that I was at, when you think about it, was skateboarding, and I did watch the break dancing, and I was thinking to myself, well, if handball cannot hold its own as a proper sport up against those, well, sure. There's female and male participation here, and I know that we will have camogie players and ladies GAA players, and at the moment we are involved in talks about integrating all of the associations into one on the community scale. And if I was to point to any echelon or exemplar of how to do that, it would be handball. With your separate president and your separate identity and your separate ethos, but flourishing independently within Gaelic games. Where Gaelic, the GAA is there as a helping hand for advice and for the fact that you're in under our own games management, but really allowed to make your own decisions, having your own president, your own CEO, and your own ability to change or to make rules or to innovate or to be creative as you want. And I would understand why camogie or LGFA might be a little bit reticent about coming in under the one GAA family, because you would feel that you could get swallowed up. But we would always point to handball as an example of a sport within the GAA family currently that is absolutely flourishing. And I think that is definitely an example for all of us. So just for while I'm a rish, gach ja hill agi oribsha, the humavori aka hairaha. The Dini are foreign, the people who have come hither nashita, some of you who might never have tasted the GAA before. And you know, last night, 2 weeks ago, we were celebrating an All-Ireland final in Croke Park, and last night I was watching AC/DC. A complete difference. And I have to say, watching Fer Kenobi on the guitar there, I thought I had seen the best guitarist over the weekend when I was young. But when I saw Fer, I certainly think, no, he was. There is no doubt about it. And perhaps the wonderful Lost Paddies are an example of what Irish culture will look like maybe in 20 or 30 years' time when we become a truly multicultural Ireland. So, Gura Céad, Míle Maith.
Gura Míle Maith, Jarlath, and thanks for resisting tying the tie around your head after AC/DC last night. I'd now like to call on another president, our own president, Uachtaráin Cumann, Leroy Lava, Conor MacDonald.
Thank you, Paul. Minister Collins, Uachtaráin Cumann Lucas Gale, Iarla Dublin, Gach Uachtaráin Leroy Lava, Cumann Lucas Gale, Uachtaráin Leroy Lava, and Dowan Desi Keegan, Iuna Tugu Cura Dove, is one more agus Privadok E. Mar Uachtaráin Leroy Lava, Cumann Lucas Gale, Fáilte Rove Golair, and Shoch, Hig Sharmanis, Uscacha, Creve Comortis, Leroy Lava, and Dowan, so Ulskull Limney. Minister Collins, President GA Jarlath Burns, each past President GA Handball, President of the World Handball Council Desi Keegan, invited guests, handball players, friends. It is a great honour and privilege as President of GA Handball to welcome everyone here today to the opening ceremony of the O'Neills.com World Wall Ball Championships at the University of Limerick. This is the biggest standalone wall ball event ever held anywhere in the world, and it is fitting that in the centenary year of GA Handball, this event is being held in Ireland, the home of handball. There are almost 700 players and over 1,000 matches taking place this week, and matches are being streamed live on Sport TG Car. Now, there are a number of people I would like to thank. Jarlath Burns, President GA, Tom Ryan, Art Stewart GA, Shane Flanagan GA, Games and Development, John Stack and Joan Kelly GA Finance, Donal Mora GA Advertising, Cormac Farrell, O'Neill Sportswear, Sport Ireland, Munster GA Handball Worlds Committee, and especially David Britton, Head of Handball, and the GA Handball staff. I want to finally pay tribute to our volunteers, referees and linespersons, because without you, we could not survive or host our championships. When we talk about the World Championships, it is 60 years since the first World Handball Championships were held in Brooklyn, New York, and since then have rotated between Ireland, Canada and America every 3 years. But the first international match actually took place in 1888, and it was between the Irish champion John Lawler and the American champion Phil Casey, another Irishman. There was a purse of £100 on offer per man at that event, and it was held over 2 legs. The first event was held in Brooklyn, New York, and after the match was tied at 2 games each, the match was abandoned due to crowd control. Hopefully that doesn't happen this week. The second leg was held in Cork, and Phil Casey won it. John Lawler sought a rematch the following year with a purse of £200 per man, but Phil Casey declined. Both John Lawler and Phil Casey called themselves world champions thereafter. And indeed, John Lawler went on to become the first president of the Irish Handball Council in 1924, 100 years ago. And the vice president at that time was J.J. Bowles, a Limerick man, and I'm glad to say that his grandnephew, Angus Darcy, is here today. Finally, I would like to say that as custodians of GA Handball, it is incumbent of us to leave our sport in a better place than where we found it. I know that as part of the GA family, GA Handball will work closely with the GA under the leadership of President Jarlath Burns, Shane Flanagan, GA Games and Development, and Kieran McLaughlin, GA World Games, to develop and expand our club network across each continent and subsequently increase our membership and achieve new levels for our sport. Enjoy our championship, enjoy the facilities and amenities at the University of Limerick, and enjoy the attractions of the region. Goramayo Gulf Golair.
Thank you very much, Conor. I'd now like to call on the President of the World Handball Council, Desi Keegan, to take the stage, please.
Thank you very much, Paul. First of all, just to Uachtaráin Jarlath and Uachtaráin Conor MacDonald and our Uachtaráins from GA Handball. I suppose when I took over the World Handball Council a few years ago, a huge ambition for me was to separate the World Championships, and honestly, I didn't know how it'd go, and I took a lot of slack for it, but I felt that the wall players that we see here, Team Ireland here, Team USA and all the various other teams here, they deserved a centrepiece of their own rather than kind of maybe on the coattails at 40 by 20. However, my true feelings are that if we're ever going to achieve the international aims that we all desire, I'm playing handball 30 years now myself, every single handball person wants to be in the Olympics or certainly some global games of some sort. The only way we can do that is if we show everyone what wall ball can do. And I think nearly everyone here in the arena today are getting videos and pictures of what the arena looks like. And I think I'm dying to get out of here and get up there to see it as quickly as I can. But I can feel the energy, it's incredible. I've never felt anything like this in handball before. And I just want to really, really sincerely thank Conor McDonald and his team for putting everything together here in UL, Munster GAA Handball, and all the local volunteers who pulled this together. David Britton and his professional team that's there. I know Parry Gaffney, my best friend, is up there. I think he's there since Thursday. He's complaining of a dodgy hip this morning, but I reminded him that he has until Friday yet, so he's another while to go yet. And also to all the volunteers, the committees that put this together. It's a tremendous amount of work, but especially to all the players and spectators and their families for coming. I really, really thank you very, very much for coming. And hopefully, maybe in time, as Ruth and Gerald mentioned there, possibly the Olympics down the line, if we ever do get there, I think we're going to point to Limerick. And all the work that people have done, you should be very, very proud of. So thank you very much and enjoy the games.
Thanks very much, Desi. I'd now like to call on Tommy Haggerty, the chairman of the Munster GAA Handball Committee.
Hello everybody. Luke Drawn, coming up Clash Gael, Charlotte Burns. Luke Drawn, Lee Road, Lava and Down, Desi Keegan. Luke Drawn, GAA Handball, Conor McDonald. CEO, Cora Moon, Kieran Meddy. Coaching and Games, GAA Croke Park, Shane Flanagan, Minister, Mr. Niall Collins. It is an honour for me, as Munster Handball Chairman, to welcome everybody here today to this fabulous sporting arena in the University of Limerick for the 2024 World Wall Ball Championships. I would like to thank the organising committee for the Trojan work that they have put into ensuring that this week's event will be a massive success and be a groundbreaking tournament for future championships to look up to. No tournament would be a success if it didn't have the tournament officials, referees, volunteers and stewards to run it, and I would like to thank all of those that have so far and will for the forthcoming week be giving of their precious time to ensure that these championships will be a success. I would also like to commend and thank all our sponsors who have so generously come on board to finance this venture, and without whose support we would not have been able to complete this massive undertaking. To the University of Limerick team, thank you very much for the support and the use of this magnificent sporting venue you have and could facilitate the running of our championships on this one campus. Finally, to all of our competitors, both young and maybe not so young, from all corners of the world who have come to compete here, I wish you a very warm, maybe not weather-wise, Irish welcome, and hope you enjoy your stay in Limerick. I hope you get to see some of the beautiful sights and visitor attractions that our region has to offer, and I wish you all the very best of luck and wish you a very enjoyable tournament. Have a great week. Gorg Mil Mahagulf.
Now, as Tommy rightly said, an event of this magnitude is not possible without world-class sponsors. The GAA Handball are very, very lucky to have a leading world-class sportswear company in O'Neill's.com sponsoring this tournament. So I'd like to invite Cormac Farrell, Marketing Manager with O'Neill's, to come forward, please.
Good remarkable, Paul. Two crowns, GAA Charlotte Burns, two crowns, GAA Handball, Conor McDonald, Cordia, GAA. On behalf of O'Neill's, O'Neill's.com, we're delighted to have got the opportunity to get involved in this very fun event. Having seen what GAA Handball have been doing over the last 18 months, I do know that there will be a big sigh of relief when the first ball is served. When I see what has been achieved in this fabulous arena, I think it's great credit to David and his team and to all at UL to have brought everything together and made it a world-class event. That's exactly what it is. It's an international event. I think I'd like to wish the very best to all the players and indeed the officials. Enjoy yourselves. It's all about participation. It's nice to win, as Charles will tell you, but participation is really what it's all about, and that's why we're here. A special Kate Miller Falls to our international visitors. I think and I hope that you bring back the best of your Irish experience, and I hope that you will spread the word what Ireland has to offer and what the GAA internationally has to offer. So on behalf of O'Neill's.com, to coin a phrase in another code, the shadowboxing is over, let the games begin.
Thanks very much, Cormac. I'd now like to call on Head of Handball, David Britton, to take the stage, please.
Thanks very much, Paul. Thanks very much to the band, and thanks very much to all our speakers here today. I think everyone spoke fantastically, so just give a round of applause to the band and all our speakers. On behalf of GAA Handball, I'm delighted to welcome one and all to the 2024 O'Neill's.com World Wallball Championships and to the state-of-the-art facilities in the University of Limerick, Ireland. An event of this size and magnitude does not come together overnight. The Wallball World Championships has been many years in the making and is the byproduct of a huge body of work underpinned by countless hours of planning and preparation. I would like to thank Mike O'Connor, Donal Hayes, Tommy Hegarty and Willie Roach from the organising committee, along with the Munster Handball Council and Munster GAA for all their hard work and help. I would like to thank all of the committees, including CCC, the Worlds and Centenary Committee, the Finance and Audit Committee, the Referees Committee and the Promotional Committee for all of their assistance, along with the numerous volunteers who've been so giving of their time and expertise in the field. A special mention of thanks to our staff team, Padraig, Marguerite, Claire, Owen and Fiona, who continue to go above and beyond for our sport. I would like to thank the World Handball Council and the President, Desi Keegan, for their input. Our National President, Conor MacDonald, deserves huge credit for his leadership and vision throughout this process. Hosting an international competition like this simply would not be possible without the assistance provided by Croke Park and Munster GAA, who've been unbelievably generous and supportive in helping to make this event become a reality. Thank you to our sponsors, O'Neill's.com, and our partners, TG Car, Sport Ireland, Coca-Cola, Limerick County Council and Forge Ireland, who've all been extremely helpful and accommodating throughout. Finally, thank you to David Ward and the various different departments and support staff in UL, all of whom have worked fantastically with us in the lead up to the event. The 2024 O'Neill's.com World Wallball Championship will be the biggest standalone wallball event ever, with over 12 different countries represented. The event has the potential to act as a springboard for our wonderful sport and provide a platform to showcase our best and brightest to an international audience. I would like to close by wishing all the players, coaches, volunteers, fans and support staff the best of luck with what promises to be a spectacular festival of handball. Thank you very much.
Okay, so I think we're going to have one more song from last Paddy, so I'll invite them back on if they have a minute to get set up. The one person David didn't get a chance to thank, and he was too modest, was himself, but I've seen firsthand the leadership he's provided. He's the hardest working man in rock and roll, put it like that, so put your hands together for David Britton. We're now going to have one more song from Lost Paddy's, and then we're going to invite the singer on stage for our rendezvous. So we're almost there. Thank you very much, everyone, for being so attentive.
Okay, lads. So, with it in mind, I want to show a bit of Irish culture. Some of you may or may not know the instrument on the far right is the Irish power on. So Andrea is going to give us a bit of a bar-on demonstration. It's be probably our final number, and then we'll have this lovely girl come and sing the national anthem. So take it away, Andrea. 2, 3, 4.
Thanks again to the brilliant Lost Paddies. Okay, we're coming to the end of our opening ceremony now. I'm going to call on Emily Monaghan to sing Aron Naveen. Thanks, Emily, for that absolutely wonderful rendition. That brings us to the end of our opening ceremony. Players and teams are invited to come on stage if they want to take some photographs and mingle around. We can now declare the World Championships officially open.